Hello everybody, my name is Nigel and you have found Älkëmï. Today we are going to do our quickie readings. It is just covering December 7th through the 14th. Just 1 week, therefore the readings are going to be very, very quick. I'm going to move through the zodiac from Aries to Pisces, and timestamps will be down below in the description box for anybody who would like to jump ahead. Either way, I will see everybody on the other side. Hello Aries, welcome to your reading. In a minute I'm going to shift into warp speed, lay out your cards, and I will meet you on the other side. You might as well stay. It's only going to be a couple of seconds. Let's get going. Hello Aries, welcome to your reading. Okay, so you have pulled the Void, and you have also pulled the Hourglass. Now, I'll get back to this in a second. Let's look at your tarot cards. There's a lot of major energy going on from the 7th to the 14th here. Normally these energies aren't so drastic, but you have pulled 4 major arcana here. Actually 5, excuse me, if you consider the bottom of the deck. That is just unprecedented, to be honest, for a weekly reading. All right, so let's get started. You have the Devil here. You have Capricorn energy. You have Scorpio energy. You have Aquarian energy. And you have Sagittarian energy. You have the Devil, some sort of toxicity. Now, the Devil with the Void here is you could be going through a fairly painful time. I mean, you could be going through some time of letting go of something, or a period of time where you refuse to let go of something that you need to let go of, if that makes sense. You have the Death card reversed. This is a cycle that really honestly should end, and especially next to the Devil card and the Void. This is a cycle that should end, that is not ending. And the interesting thing is you pulled the Tower, but if you look at this depiction of the Tower, this is someone who's desperately trying to get the Tower to stay upright. It's a tower that's meant to fall over, and this person is really doing their best for that not to happen. And you have the Star here, so this is something you have wished for. I mean, this was a wish of yours. This is something that meant a lot to you. With all these major arcana, this seems like a pretty personal reading. So I apologize if this isn't for a lot of the Aries out there. This might just be for 1 or 2 of you. It is overwhelming energy here. It is. This is Temperance here. You attempting to absolutely, wow. You have the Sun here. You have I kept pulling and there's more major arcana. I mean, you saw me shuffle. The deck was actually pre-shuffled before I even shuffled on camera. Wow. All right. Well, all right. So I'm really tempted to draw this out, but I don't think it would be fair. But this is heavy. For somebody's going through a very heavy time right now. There is a toxicity around you. There is a need to let go of something. The Hourglass tells us time is of the essence. The clock is ticking on this situation. You're desperately trying to keep it together. You are doing this alone. You're trying to hold something together that is falling apart. You have Temperance here, which is Sagittarian energy. You have the Sun reversed, which is Leo energy. And you have the Magician. You are trying to be the magician in this circumstance, Aries. You are. I've never seen a reading like this, and I've been reading for decades. I'm just letting you know. You have the Magician. You have the Tower. If anything, this person is trying to be the magician and trying to keep something together that obviously is very difficult to do. This is extremely hard work. And you really need to ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth what you're going through? Is it worth being you know, subjected to this toxicity is not closing out this cycle and killing yourself trying to hold it together. Is it worth the wish that you had? This is your wish. This is something that you wanted. This is very, very, very heavy. I really wasn't expecting this. I know I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm going to pull a few more cards on this, okay? Let's see. Let me do this. So you have this toxic energy, Aries. There might be children involved in this situation that you're trying to hold together. Whoever this reading is for, please accept a hug from me. I mean, I know what it's like to go through something like this, and it's very, very difficult. And for those of you who aren't going through anything like this, I apologize that this reading it won't be for you. You have here the Death card reversed, right? Yeah. And the Death card reverse is clarified with the Five of Pentacles. You know, you holding this together you might be holding this together specifically because of money reasons, because you will be impacted financially in a very big way if this falls apart. At least that's how you feel. That's what I'm picking up from you. The Star, please. The Star. You're trying. You're putting out the work here, Aries. You're really trying. Somebody's breadcrumbing you, though. Somebody's not putting in the work you're putting in. They're just giving you breadcrumbs. Show me this Tower, please. Show me this Tower. You are determined. You are determined to try to hold this together. You are determined to try to keep everything afloat. You cannot sustain this by yourself. You're very resourceful. You're very strong. But nobody's this strong, and something's got to give here. You have Temperance, and you see that if you even look at this, she's not being very temperate. You're not even able to alchemize this or balance this. This is something. Too many cards. Just give me one card, Spirit, please. Show me for Aries, please. I'll take two. Wow, the cards are really talking. Yeah, Spirit is telling you need to walk away. This Queen of Wands in reverse is telling me that you really need that this is zapping your power. You are not yourself in this situation. The Sun reversed, the Sun reversed, the Sun reversed, the Sun reversed, the Sun reversed. You have the Hermit. My God, it's another major arcana. A totally different deck. Okay. Listen, this is supposed to be a quickie, but I'll make a deal with you. If this is your situation, if you recognize this as your situation, I want you to leave a comment and just say, I'm an Aries and that was my situation. That's all you have to tell me. And I'll arrange to where you get a free personal reading from me about this situation, because this is too heavy for a quickie and it's not fair to everybody else. But I feel the need to help you, whoever you are, and I'm really, really sorry you're going through this, especially during the holidays. You have all my support, so please utilize it. Namaste, and please, please let me know. Hello Taurus, my name is Nigel and you have found Älkëmï. I'm going to shift into a brief warp speed. You don't even have to skip ahead. It's going to be extremely quick. I'll lay out your cards and then we'll get going on your quickie reading. See you on the other side. Hello Taurus, welcome to your reading. Like I said, this is going to cover the 7th through the 14th. It's a quickie reading, so it shouldn't be too heavy, although I do see a few major arcana here. So let's get started. You have the Summer, which is a beautiful card. This is a card of sensuality, vitality. You know, it's everything that embodies that season. Beautiful, warm, sensual, Great. Right next to it, you have the Queen, love and prosperity. There might be love coming into your life, or if you already have love in your life, it's going to be magnified during this time. Oops, excuse me. And, you know, the Queen could represent someone of that sex, if depending on what you're attracted to. And you also, to cover all bases here, you also have the King of Cups. So if you're male and you're heterosexual, this King of Cups could represent you. And with your Queen by your side. And if you're attracted to, it's very difficult to do sexes for a genpop reading, but I think you get my drift, right? If you're female and you're heterosexual, this could represent you with your man by your side. Either way, you're going to have someone by your side, and it's going to be a very beautiful, sensual time for you. You have the World, and it looks like you're at least entertaining the idea of closing out a cycle and doing it of your own free will. As you can see, she's walking away of her own free will. She's very in her power, very confident. You are wondering at the same time if you should stay in a situation and think about things more. It seems like a back and forth type energy, because you have the World, someone moving on, and you have the Hanged Man contemplating, should I hang out here a little bit longer? It's interesting. It looks like there is something in that is in your life, and it could have something to do with this relationship that sort of makes you feel both ways. Or so you may want to maybe take this to the next level. For some of you, that's very possible. And now here, what's interesting is you have the Devil reversed, and you also have the Knight of Cups reversed. And this, in this deck, the Knight of Cups, if you look at this, he's facing the other way. He's drinking a cup. He's not looking at where he's going. And it's reversed. And you have the Devil, which is, you know, could be toxicity. You have Pisces on the table. You have Capricorn here on the table as well. What's interesting here, for maybe one of you, at least, it looks like you may be in the process of giving up a toxic behavior. You know, this toxicity could be some sort of an addiction that you're giving up. It could be anything that you find toxic. It looks like whatever it is you're setting out to get rid of in your life that's toxic, whether it's a toxic tie, a behavior, a pattern, you look like you're really giving it a lot of thought and pause. You're pausing here during this week. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. There's a lot of power here, but there's nothing. It's all good news, but it's a mixed bag of nuts. You have this beautiful sensual energy here, and you have this back and forth sort of struggle with it, with whether you should move on from something or not. And you also have this sort of toxic thing in your life that you have either gotten rid of or are thinking about getting rid of. For some reason, it's coming up in your reading this week, and I'm not sure why. If this is something that you have already done away with, for some reason it's prevalent this week, and only you would know the answer to that. Overall, it looks like a very, really beautiful week for you as far as love and sensuality. So I am jealous. Namaste. Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your reading. This is going to cover the 7th through the 14th. My name is Nigel, by the way. Welcome to Älkëmï. I'm going to shift into a brief warp speed. You might as well stay and watch. It's only going to take a few seconds. And I will see you on the other side. Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your reading. Okay, you have a very cerebral reading this week. This is the subconscious. There's a lot going on under the surface. And that doesn't surprise me because you are a Gemini after all. You do have the King of Swords, and that's indicative of an Aquarian. There might be an Aquarian in your life, male or female, that aspects highly in this reading. You also have the Queen, love and prosperity, and it could be somebody that you're very, the Queen could be you, of course, somebody that you could love, a male figure or female figure in your life. The Queen could be somebody that you look at as your queen. There is a lot of passion here this week. There might be a lot of sexual energy going on in your life. But it literally could be just under the surface. It could be something that's going on in your head rather than reality. You do have Judgment in reverse. And, you know, the Judgment in reverse here could be you exercising poor judgment. It's not anything major. Typically, these readings are very, very low key because they're only 7 days. Now, you could exercise poor judgment. The warning here is to really keep yourself in check with this energy. You might make a judgment call that's not right. It's subconscious. Maybe something should be kept that way, at least this week. You do have the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands in reverse. There might be a temptation here to spend money. There might be a temptation here. Yeah, there's a lot of temptation in this deck, in this spread. There really is. I can see somebody out there is tempted to do something with someone. And I'm not here to judge because, you know, it's different for all of you. But I think the warning here is to really be careful with your judgment this week and to let this time pass before you make a decision to take action, because it's nothing major. There's no tower here. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to be the end of everything if you make the wrong choice. But the advice would be to wait for certain feelings to pass so your judgment is more clear, because you could make a mistake. You could make a mistake that has sexual undertones to it. You could make a mistake that has some sort of effect on your... I'm being called to pull show me this Knight of Wands, please. Show me this Knight of Wands. Show me this Knight of Wands for Gemini. Yeah, look at this. So you have Libran energy on the table and Sagittarian energy on the table. Those are two major arcana. The outcome of this bad judgment could leak into the rest of your month here. There is something that you're not balanced. You're a little off balance with this Temperance. You're not thinking clearly. There's something in your life, or maybe someone in your life, that's making you not think clearly. This is the card of Justice. It's the Scales. This is the card of Temperance. It's not the Scales, but it's still sort of like a balance. You're being called to really, really wait it out. I think, like, honestly, wait this time out. You're going to have a lot of subconscious ideas, things that are pulling you to make a certain decision, and it's passion oriented, and all that's great. But I think what Spirit is trying to tell you is to hold off until next week before you make any decisions about this, because the outcome might be a little bit long-lasting, a lot more long-lasting than you want it to be. I hope that helped. But listen, I'm going to be doing a serpent reading, and I think your monthly reading's already out. So there's other readings coming up. Plus, we're doing our big 2024 predictions at the end of the month. So please click notify, and if you like these weekly readings, just click like. So this way I keep doing them. Happy holidays, Gemini. Hello, Cancer. My name is Nigel, and you have found Älkëmï. This is going to be super quick. I'm going to shuffle your cards and lay them out in warp speed. I would recommend just sitting here because it's going to take a few seconds, and that's it. Very quick reading. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, Cancer. I don't know if you were paying attention, but as I was flipping these cards, there was too many that came out in the last spot. So I reshuffled them and still 2 came out. So I decided to take them because apparently Spirit, there's just something Spirit wants you to know. Now, interestingly enough, overshadowing this whole reading, we have love. We have summer. This is sensual, beautiful, romantic energy overshadowing everything for this week. So you might find yourself in a beautiful situation with someone, to be honest with you, but there's some odd things going on here at the same time. So you have some sort of communication that isn't sent. Now, you also have the world in reverse. So my take on this is that, at least for some of you, you might have been considering ending a situation, moving on from a situation, something that you changed your mind about, honestly, something that you did not do. This was a thought, perhaps a message that wasn't sent, a message that wasn't created, something that you were thinking about creating. You do have the King of Wands here, and when you look at the King of Wands and it's coupled with these cards, I see a lot of passion here. There's a lot of sexual energy, but this last column here is odd. You have the Strength card, but as you can see, she's not really paying attention. She's doing her gardening, I guess, but she doesn't see that something's about to happen. And with this Knight of Wands rushing in like that, it looks like there is another party that may not be happy about this situation. Somebody's rushing in, and it doesn't look pleasant. You might have an altercation. Now, these are weekly readings, so I wouldn't worry too much. This isn't life-altering, but it is, it's a concern. It looks like somebody might try to start trouble for you this week, an outside person. The energy between you and someone else looks really, really good, but the interruption from an outside person looks like disruptive. It looks like somebody outside this relationship may be pretty disruptive. And you do have the Queen of Cups reversed, which makes sense, because whatever beautiful situation you had in mind and you were creating, and honestly looks like you were being successful at creating, this individual turned it on its head. This could be a jealous ex-lover. This could be a family member that just puts a damper on everything. It's the holidays, and we all have at least one of those, right? This could be anything. It's something from outside your relationship. So I would say that's the only warning here. And you'd have to let me know. I mean, if you have any inclination, if you remember after the week's over, if this unfolds for you, please let me know what it is that happened, because now you have me very curious. But I do wish you luck with this beautiful energy heading toward you. I mean, this is just gorgeous, sensual energy, and you deserve it, Cancer. Namaste. I will see you during your serpent reading or your end of year reading or whatever. Have a happy holiday. Hello, Leo. Welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to cover the 7th through the 14th. My name is Nigel, and you have found Älkëmï. I'm going to shift into warp speed in a second. You might as well sit and watch. It's only going to take a few seconds because this is a very quick reading. I will shuffle and lay out your cards, and I'll meet you on the other side. Hello, Leo. This appears to be a pretty intense week for some people. I see a lot of major arcana in some of these spreads, okay? So, it's interesting. You have a few things going on here. You have lead overshadowing the whole reading, and lead is exactly what it sounds like, right? It's a very heavy energy, something that may make you feel tied down. You do have a relationship here on the table as well with the King and the Maiden, and it's interesting because normally I would look at that and say it's a beautiful love situation, but there's something about the situation that makes you feel very heavy, sort of tied down. Maybe it's the energy of just this week. To be honest with you, it could just be a tough week. You do have Let's see. You have Leo on the table and you have Virgo on the table. So more than that, you have this lack of introspection. It may be that you don't have the time or the energy to go inward, to have time to yourself. Maybe you really wanted time to yourself to do something for yourself that you're not finding. You have the Wheel of Fortune, which, you know, in this spread, I'm really thinking it sort of looks to me like you're powerless against what's happening. And I don't mean to make it sound so ominous either, because this is a weekly reading. So this could be something as simple as your wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend getting on your nerves and not giving you the time to go do what you want to do, and you feeling like you have no choice, and someone putting your light out as a result, right? You want to, with the Death card here in reverse, it looks like you're really, I think I remember your reading, your monthly reading was saying that you were feeling antsy to do something. You were trying to get, you wanted to do something. Some of you may not have known why you were antsy. I don't know, something like that. And it looks like you were trying to move on from a cycle, or trying to start another cycle. You were trying to do something. At least this week, it looks like you had your hopes to do something that you aren't able to do because of someone else. This person doesn't look like a bad person. They just look like they can be a little annoying this week, to be frank. You do have the Queen of Cups. So this could be someone who loves you almost too much. I mean, if that makes sense, it could be a family member. It's so, like I said, it's not somebody bad, but it's just someone that is coming across as annoying. So this could be a family member. It could be a relationship you're in. I don't see it being work, but it could be for some of you. I'm sure that's possible. But with the Sun in reverse, you're not feeling yourself. You are feeling antsy. You're feeling held back, like lead. And with this relationship so highly aspected, I can't help but think that it's the relationship that's making you feel this way. Do keep in mind this is a weekly reading, right? It is a very short window. So as serious as this might sound, it's really not serious. It's 7 days. So check back next week and we'll see if this energy changes for you. I really do wish you the best. It does look a little annoying, I'm not going to lie. Namaste. I'll see you during your serpent reading. Bye, Leo. Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your reading. My name is Nigel, and you have found Älkëmï. In a second, I am going to shift into warp speed. Lay out your cards. You might as well stay for that because it's going to take a few seconds. Just keep in mind this is a very quick reading for a very short window of time. Okay, I'll see you on the other side. Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your reading. Okay, so let's look at this. Very interesting energy. You have Uranus and you also have the unicorn, and together it creates just a burst of creativity, good fortune. It umbrellas your whole reading. There is something interesting that might happen this week. A stroke of good luck. Perhaps an idea that comes to you to create something. Something positive happens to you, and it has a sort of domino effect. It's a mixed bag of nuts, though. So you have the Chariot in reverse, which means that even though you have this idea, and even though perhaps something happens, you don't move forward. You know, my opinion about this card is that there are certain things you're keeping to yourself. You're not sharing them. You're not moving on them just yet. Keep in mind, this is a short window of time, right? And you have the Page of Swords reversed. But in this deck, if you look at this, look at the Page of Swords. He's being attacked, right? It's in reverse. So you're preventing something from happening by keeping this to yourself. And I think you know what it is. You know what the possibility is. There is a possibility for problems here. And even the Fool is in reverse, but look at the Fool in this deck. He's drowning, right? And this is in reverse as well. There is a certain type of good luck, and this does say good fortune, that you're going to have, and it's going to be a judgment call. It's going to be something that you make a judgment about and you make a decision about that is going to help you not get caught up in this negative energy. And it has something to do with holding back. So you're either holding back the information or you're holding back moving on it just yet. But there is a decision you make that saves your ass. It just does. Now, the only thing here is that you have the Empress in reverse, right? And that's at the bottom of the deck. And it could very well be that this opportunity, whether... I have a feeling it has something to do with your finances and your abundance. It could be a creative idea that you have. It's something about it that has the ring of money involved in it. And whether that's something that comes into fruition later, and you know it, there's something good here that you either find out or create or get an idea about that you don't move forward with or don't share. And it's a judgment call. And you make the right choice, because if you were to move too quickly, this would be the outcome, right? But instead of this being the outcome, you have this umbrellaing your whole reading. And this. So use that Virgo intellect of yours and weigh everything. And like I said, this is a snapshot in time. Tune in next week or on your serpent reading or a different reading to really get a deeper feeling about this. But yeah, you're making the right choice by doing this, Virgo. If you needed confirmation, here it is. I will see you during another reading. Hello Libra, welcome to your week-long reading. My name is Nigel. You have found Älkëmï. This will be covering from the 7th to the 14th. It's a very short window of time. I'm going to shift into warp speed. You might as well stick around for it. It's just going to be a few seconds. And I will see you on the other side. Hello Libra, welcome to your reading. Interesting. So you're the only sign so far that has pulled 2 of these Älkëmï cards, and I kept both of them. And it's interesting, what this is saying together is that you are facing a week from the 7th or the 14th where there is a certain presence in your life as far as the universe. You have the ability to really manifest this week. It is a very powerful week for you. And you also pulled the air card, which is your element. So with these 3 cards, especially with the star here, positively aspected, the universe is telling you that you have the ability to manifest. Your manifestations ability are on point this week. And that could be for the better or the worse. You have the ability to manifest anything you set your mind to. And that includes a relationship. There is something, at least some of you are looking to manifest a relationship, something from the past or perhaps something brand new. There's Gemini energy on the table, Leo energy on the table as well, along with Aquarian energy. But more than that, the Lovers tells us that we have a choice, and you certainly do have a choice, but I would be extremely mindful of your thoughts this week. Pretend that you have a window of opportunity to manifest like never before, because you really do. And that means that all the negative things that might pop into your head just for this week, please try to tame them as much as possible, because you have the ability to manifest bad things or good things. And the choice is going to be yours, for sure. I mean, there's just no doubt. Here, let me light this candle here. I hate when it gets too dark, but I hate when it's too light too, so go figure. Okay, there you go. So yeah, I think that you have this amazing... For some of you, you're going to be manifesting negative things. For some of you, you're going to be manifesting amazing things. And this is just a heads up to tell you that you are in control. The choice is yours. use this time wisely, because this is a beautiful, beautiful doorway. It's a gateway. It is a timeline jump if you want it. Use it totally, totally embody this. You have nothing to lose, right? It's not going to cost you a dime to think positively for 7 days and treat negativity or negative thoughts like it's toxic, like you can't even breathe the same air as anybody toxic. Keep them far away from you and really concentrate on your manifestation, because you're going to manifest this week, and what you manifest will be up to you. That is your quick reading. I will see you during your serpent reading or your end of year reading or whatever. Namaste. Happy holidays, Libra. Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your quickie reading. I am going to shift. My name is Nigel. You offend Älkëmï. I'm going to shift into warp speed. You might as well stick around. It's going to be very, very quick, a few seconds. Very short window of time we're covering here, and I will see you on the other side. Hello, Scorpio. Okay, let's look at everything. It looks like this week you're going to be umbrellaed with Venus, which is beautiful. It's the planet of love. And forces beyond your control are intervening. It's the hand of fate. So if you're looking to have that serendipitous meeting with someone, it just might happen this week. What you're being told is to keep your head about you and utilize logic and reason and common sense, because it looks like you might be fairly intoxicated this week with passion, to be honest. You do have the Hanged, you have Virgo energy on the table and Sagittarian energy on the table here. So with the Hanged Man in this way, he's definitely not hanging, right? He's thinking, but he's not hanging. He's thinking about going inward. He's thinking about being a little bit more introspective. Do you hear those crows? I am really wondering if you can hear them, because it's unbelievable. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. They're calling to us, definitely. You're going to have something serendipitous is going to happen to you this week, Scorpio. And keep a lookout for these crows, because it's unbelievable. I haven't heard them scream like this through any other reading. So pretty cool. And now my dogs are reacting as well. So we have here, anyway, if I could get through this without listening to them, I'm drawn to them. So you have the Page of Pentacles here too. All right, it's you trying to perhaps hold on to your money. Nothing big. Like I said, this is a short window of time. For a short window of time, though, you're going to have something serendipitous happen to you. But along with that, you'll have the holiday squeeze of the money. You are looking to close out a cycle and start a brand new one. Happily skip a timeline, jump a timeline. That's what you're looking to do. It does look like right under Earth here, you do have Temperance in reverse, which is a further warning to keep your head about you, keep your balance about you. This situation looks fairly intoxicating to me. It really does. And you do have the Knight of Pentacles, again, trying to keep your money in order for the holidays. We're all going through it. That is not a big deal. There's no big major catastrophes financially here. But you do have something that might be fairly major happening to you on the love front. So I would keep a lookout for it. If you'd like something more detailed, just click notify and you will receive notifications of the longer readings, especially the end of year reading that's coming up. That's going to be huge. Congratulations. I really want to hear about this a little bit more. Namaste, Scorpio. Hello, Sagittarius. This will be your week-long reading between the 7th and the 14th. My name is Nigel. Welcome to Älkëmï. In a second, I am going to be shifting into warp speed. I'm going to be laying out your cards. You might as well stick around. It's going to be really quick, a few seconds, and I will see you on the other side. Hello, Sagittarius. Pretty heavy energy here. I mean, there's a lot of major arcana here, but I don't think it's anywhere close to Aries reading. Aries was probably the heaviest short-term reading I've ever seen. This is important energy, but it's not terribly heavy. if that makes sense. You have Pluto here along with the Death card, which is double Scorpio energy. But more than that, it's the energy of death and rebirth. So this week might be a very important week for you. You might be ending something. Something might be ending, or you literally might be going through some sort of a rebirth, because you do have the chalice here, and that's rejuvenation and fulfillment. Don't get worried or scared about this energy. This is really good energy. I mean, I really like seeing this energy because it's... Do you hear the crows? It's like the damn birds out there. Did you ever see the movie The Birds? This is the birds. I'm getting in it. I'm going to walk out of this shed and get attacked. I can see it. I swear. Something's going on out there. Anyway, so yeah, we have death looming outside too. But you have this rebirth energy. You have this rejuvenation. And you also have at the bottom of the deck the High Priestess, which is Piscean energy. But, you know, more than that, you have this knowing. There's a knowing energy about you. There is something going on that is making you come to grips with something, making you come to terms with something, making you at peace with something, or perhaps you're coming into some sort of knowledge. Now, I'm not going to make this too grand because this is a very short window of time. So what looks like really ominous might just be a passing thing. So you might be going through some sort of a rejuvenative time. This might be a very good thing. You might be having some rejuvenative energy where you feel at peace. It looks as though along with that energy, you are perhaps feeling a little down that you're not manifesting something that you really want. There is something you really want that hasn't come to pass yet. And during this time, it might cross your mind to feel a little depressed about that, and down about that. There looks to be a few jokers in your life. I mean, look, you have the King of Cups upside down. You have the King of Wands upside down. I mean, the Knight of Wands upside down. These are players. These are just male or female. They're just not, they're not exactly, deep, wonderful human beings. These are just jokers, so you might be surrounded by idiots. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. It looks like you have some idiots in your life. It might be making you feel a little depressed. It might be making you feel like you're never going to get what you want with this magician in reverse. But at the same time, you are going through some sort of plutonic energy here. And so I think that by next week, I'm not going to say something major is going to happen, but I think by next week, your energy might feel a little bit different. But for this week, you are surrounded by a few idiots. I'm not going to lie. You might be feeling a little down because of your lack of manifestation coming to pass, at least so far. But with this death energy and this chalice, you have to kind of understand that it is happening, especially with the High Priestess in your corner. It's just happening at a very slow pace, and it's not, fire signs aren't really known for their patience, that's for sure. I hope this helped. Very short window of time, very brief reading, I know. And I'll see you for your serpent reading or your big end of year reading for predictive 2024. Namaste, Sagittarius. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading. My name is Nigel, and you have found Älkëmï. This is a quickie reading. It is very, very brief for a very short window of time. It'll be from December 7th to the 14th. I'm going to shift into warp speed. Shuffle your cards. You might as well stick around. It's only going to be a few seconds, and I'll see you on the other side. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your week-long reading. We have interesting energy on the table here. You have Leo energy here, and you also have Gemini energy on the table. Along with that, you have some fire energy in both these cards. You have autumn, which is the beautiful fiery time of year that comes right before the big sleep, right before the transition, right before something changes, right? You have here the winds of change. Your surroundings are undergoing a transition. The key word to understand here and retain is transition. You have a King of Wands, which is a fire sign. And I usually don't go too elemental, but, you know, being that fire is here twice, actually 3 times, I'm going to have to say it. Looks like a fire sign, male or female, upright, there's a very passionate situation going on here for you. I see a lot of passion, a lot of happiness for sure. You have the sun here aspected beautifully. You have the Wheel of Fortune upside down. I don't think that this was something that you actually made a decision about. I think this, or something that you will make a decision about. I think this is just something that will happen organically, right? This could be a karmic situation. It could be a karmic tie. For sure, something from a past life. There is somebody else involved in this situation, whether you're aware of it or not, that might not be too happy about this union. You do have the Lovers here, which the Lovers could be a decision for sure, but in my opinion, this is a situation. There is a situation here, okay? There is definitely a situation, and it looks very passionate, very beautiful, very, it could be something that happens very suddenly, for sure. There is this rush of passion and beauty. There is somebody on the sidelines, though, that isn't very happy, and it could be an air sign. Doesn't have to be, though. But it's somebody that's not very happy and not very pleasant. Not very pleasant, okay? So keep that in mind. Like I said, this is a very short reading. This isn't life-changing stuff, but it looks super interesting and super hot for sure. I wish you a lot of luck with this. Wish it was my reading. I will see you during your Serpent reading. If you're looking for something longer, deeper, just click notify and you'll get a notification of all the bigger, longer readings, especially the predictive ones. And don't forget, Capricorn's going to get a special pick a card reading for their birthday coming up at the end of the month, just for you. I'll see you then, Capricorn. Good luck with this hot stuff. Namaste. Hello, Aquarius. I'm very glad to finally get to this reading. This is going to be from the 7th to the 14th. Very brief window of time. Nothing major. Very brief reading. I'm going to shift into warp speed. Just hang out and watch me shuffle the cards, because it really literally is only going to be a few seconds. I will see you on the other side. Hello, Aquarius. Okay, welcome to your reading. Like I said, this is a very short window of time. So as ominous as any of this might sound, just remember it's a short window of time. But the good news is that you seem to be waking up from some sort of a sleep. Whether that sleep is spiritual, emotional, or otherwise, you get some sort of spark back this week. You are protected from harm. You're safe. You have a shield here, and that usually indicates that it could be somebody from the other side. It could be whoever your spiritual master is, your spiritual father or mother. Somebody's watching out for you, Aquarius, and that's beautiful energy. You do have the Page of Wands reversed. There is something that you might have felt very passionate about in the past that you are losing that spark for. The spark is going to be directed elsewhere. It is not put out. It is just redirected. There's something that there is a situation that changed your fortune, changed your direction, I should say. You have a King of Cups character and a Knight of Pentacles. But all right, let's get to the King of Cups. There is somebody in your life that is fairly manipulative, could be very gaslighty, not emotionally available at the very least, but someone who's just not good for you. And it could be the person you've had this loss of passion with. It very well could be, okay? There is something broken here. And you have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, you see how he's trying really hard to stay on his horse. It's really difficult. He's probably going to fall, right? This is inverted. So whatever it is that you felt off balance about, whatever you were trying really hard to hold on to and stay on is released. You do have the World reversed, so at least for this week, you're not closing out a cycle completely. And please remember, it is 1 week, but it is something that you're considering, closing out a cycle. It's something that you really might want to leave behind, but it's not happening this week, if you're wondering. But you do have this protection here, and I love seeing that for you. And you also have this spark of light that is, it's something that is relit. There might have been a part of you or an aspect of you that was put out by someone. Someone might have put out your spark. Somebody might have altered you in some way that made you less vibrant. Whatever it is that happened, you are losing interest, you're losing passion, you're not really feeling it anymore. And so this ceases to have that type of hold on you, and your spark returns. And you are no longer falling off this horse as a result. You are hanging on, and you're really doing well. This is going to be a week where you come to some sort of realization. Something's going to happen. Tune in next week for the next chapter of the Aquarian saga. And, of course, tune in for your serpent reading and all that other stuff. But this looks like an interesting week. Let me know how it goes for you, Aquarius. Namaste. Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your reading. My name is Nigel, and you have found Älkëmï. I am going to shift into warp speed in a second. We're going to be covering December 7th through the 14th. Very short window of time, so it's going to be a very short warp speed, so you might as well stick around for it. I will see you on the other side. Okay, I'm not going to lie, this is a very strange reading. All right, let's look at this. You have mortification, which is a decay of something. There might be something in your life that is losing its potency. I'm not going to make this too grand, okay, because it is a short window of time. If this was like a month-long reading, it would be a lot more intense. But keep in mind, this is 7 days, right? But it's still a lot for 7 days. All right, so you have this mortification card, and you have the moon twice, both reversed, in 2 different aspects, right? There is something that you aren't, all right, and you do have it a 3rd time here, but we'll get to that, okay? But you have the moon twice in reverse, right? There is something that you are finally seeing. Something is illuminated to you. There is some positive and some negative thing that is illuminated to you this week, okay? This could be something extremely simple, right? Or it could be something pretty intense. Some people do have very intense weeks, and this looks like there's a lot for someone going on. You do have the moon overseeing this in all its glory, and it says you will be guided through the darkness. So yes, with the moon in reverse, you are guided. There is something going on that you are now privy to. Something's happening, right? You have the Green Man watching you as well. So you have forces, it says forces of nature favor you, but more than that, this is protection in a very raw form, right? You also have, interestingly enough, you have the High Priestess, right? Both reversed and not reversed. I mean, so you have this something that you did not know coming to light. You being, it's just so interesting. This might be something, for at least for some of you, that affect your finances, okay? And if it doesn't, it could be someone in your life who is very earthy that this has something to do with. But I'm telling you, there is something that you were unaware of, that you will be made aware of. And there is something going away, something decaying, something that is going through a process of mortification here. And like I said, this, this King of Pentacles isn't negatively aspected. This is generational wealth. So this might be very good, to be honest with you. Something negative might be leaving your life and replaced with something positive. If he was reversed, I would be a little bit more concerned. But if it affects your finances, it affects it in a positive way. You might find something out that really does help you. The King of Pentacles is generational wealth, long-term abundance, things that slowly get built that stay. It's not a sudden windfall. This is something that is built, right? It's built. And with these two aspects of these two cards, and you have the Hierophant under it, right? And that's Taurian energy. This is a lot of very heavy, I'm not going to say bad. It's not like you have anything terrible here, but it's heavy energy. It's strong energy. You have a lot of things going on this week. And this might be a very interesting week for you. The great news is that you have all this protection. There's two cards that fell out. So, this might be something that has been in the works for a while, but there's something that comes to your attention that wasn't in your scope before. There is something that's also going away that I think you're aware of. You're aware of something. Mortification can also be very simply, especially for a short-term reading, it could be an illness. And when I say that, it could be a cold. You could be feeling under the weather this week. And that is on the table as well. But it's nothing major as far as that goes. But I can tell you, there is something major going on in your life this month. And this week, you're going to get a taste of what it is. And I would really appreciate it if you'd follow through and let me know what the heck it is. Because now you have my interest piqued. All right, Pisces, I will see you on your longer readings. Your Serpent or your month-long or whatever. We're going to be doing a 2024 reading at the end of the month, so stay tuned for that. I wish you all the best, Pisces. Big hugs.